Why, hello. Oh my gosh. It's time. Week 4 of games is about to come to a close. This is the last set of games. Lightning at Rocketeers. The Lightning have won all 5 games so far against the Rocketeers. This is the last one of this matchup for the whole season. The Rocketeers really need to win this one. That would certainly harm their overall record if they're down 0-6 to one team. The Fury and Stars battling at the bottom. Stars have won 2 of the 3 games though, and they were not particularly close either time. Will the Stars be able to finish out the sweep? Or will the Fury be able to get one game off of them? And then with the Tax Evaders and the Flock, this one has been a surprise. The Flock have won 2 games against the Tax Evaders, already guaranteeing they win the series. Now all they need to do is close it out here, and they'll have swept the previously undefeated Tax Evaders. That would be quite the story. That really just goes to show how rough the Tax Evaders' home stadium is for them. It's really hard to hit home runs on Peach Garden. Shocker. But anyway, it's about time we get started. Game number 1 will be Stars at the Fury. This is going to be game number 12 for both of these teams. The home team is the Fury. They have Captain Diddy Kong. And the Stars have Waluigi. Goomba, Paragoomba, both the babies. 2 dry bones. It is, which one's blue and gray. They've also got yellow Pianta and yellow Shy Guy. What a team. Let's see. They've got Paragoomba as catcher, I believe. Yes. Goomba on first, Baby Mario in left. Blue Dry Bones is the shortstop, Gray Bones is on second. So that's the correct fielding positions for the Fury. Now on to the Stars. Dark Bones, King Boo. Wario to pair with Waluigi. Red Magikoopa. Red Noki. And then Toadette and Monty Mole. Okay, nope. And they stay there. And these two just swap, I think. Oh, no, these two swap as well. That should be the fielding positions for them. I did actually remember to update the top players sheet on the right. So now King Boo with 28 RBI with 11 home runs. Red Toad also has 8 home runs. Very impressive, especially for him being a Toad. But the Toads have all been pretty good. They all have home runs on the season. They were, in fact, the second group of players to all have home runs. Only after the... no, I think they were the third, because it was the Bros and the Piantas that all homered in week 1, and then the next group was the Toads. So it's... oh, no, Blue Bones first. Starred Yellow Pianta. Okay. It's the Fury's batting lineup. On to the Stars. Red Man. Red Noki. Monty Toadette. Okay. And it's now all set up. All right. Perfect. I shall save the game just in case something goes horribly wrong, which obviously we do not hope for. But it can happen. It has happened. The Stars coming here to the Fury's home stadium for the last game in this series. They won both of the first two, improving from just one win to now 3, and moving all the way up into 4th place. That is a huge leadoff shot from Red Toad. That's going to be gone. A leadoff home run for the Stars. Red Toad. What an insane leadoff batter he's been for the Stars. Probably the best leadoff hitter in the league. In terms of hitting home runs, at least, he's definitely number 1. Bowser Jr. for the Tax Evaders has also been very consistent, but he more so gets on base. He doesn't usually hit home runs by himself. Red Toad, he's really been a star. Next up is Dark Bones. Dark Bones slaps it, but Yellow Shy Guy. He's able to jump up and grab that one. That's an out. No one on base for King Boo, but he's going to send this one gone too. 2 home runs to start this game off for the Stars. A 2-0 lead for them. This is why the Fury have been struggling against the Stars. These big power hitters on this small stadium have just been hard to stop. And yes, by big power hitters, I am including Red Toad in that. Wario has also hit a home run or 2 here. Another one of the team's leaders. In terms of both batting average and RBI, he is in the top 3 on the team. Ooh, he's just going to pop this one up for a shallow fly ball. And Baby Luigi's able to get there. 2 outs on the inning now. Can Waluigi make it on base? Continue this rally? No, he will ground out to Gray Bones. Fury will stop him at 2. But those 2 hits both scored for runs. Yellow Shy Guy with a nice leadoff single. He's a good leadoff hitter, but when you're comparing him to Red Toad, it's just some pretty stiff competition. We will have 1 runner on base for starred Yellow Pianta. He's got 2 strikes. He's swung and missed on that one. That one is an inside ball. Good eye from Pianta, but he watches that one curve down the middle. That is a strikeout for Yellow Pianta. That brings up Blue Dry Bones, who lays down a beautiful slap to left field. And that'll put 2 runners on base. Gray Bones is up to bat next. These Dry Bones have been phenomenal slap hitters. They will lay down another single for none other than 2nd place in terms of RBI on the team, Paragoomba, mostly because he hits right after the Dry Bones, who get on base so consistently. A star hit there. It's going to ground out to Wario, but he's going to make it to first safely, and they will score a run off of that. Goomba is going to pop out to center field, barring any barrel shenanigans, which do not happen. It's a 2-1 lead for the Stars so far, not out of reach for the Fury. The Stars off to a great start in the series, and a pretty good start in this game. They've got 2 runs so far. Red Magikoopa makes it on base and gets a star for the team. Red Noki up next. She is going to ground out to Gray Bones. It's not going to get the double play, but they will get the lead runner going to second. Monty, a high shot from him, but that's going to curve foul. We have seen some crazy things like a Toadette home run in this series, so a Monty Mole home run would not be out of the question. Especially because he's already hit a home run this season. He hit a 3-run bomb against the Lightning, and they ended up winning that game, an upset against the current #1 team in the league. A double steal here, and Toadette's going to star hit this one, but she'll get thrown out at first. However, because of the steal, none of the other runners are thrown out, and now there's runners on second and third for Toad. The Toads have been good slap hitters and good power hitters so far this season. He's going to star hit this one for a pop fly to right field, though, and that will end the inning. Scoreless for the Stars. Diddy Kong up now. He's charging at that one, but lets it go. That one's an outside ball. A miss there is strike 2. Another outside ball. Waluigi wants to get him chasing. Fastball down the middle is slapped deep to the outfield, and that is a single for Diddy Kong. Next up is Baby Luigi. He's going to slap this one to Dark Bones. That should be just one. Baby Luigi runs it out, makes it safely to first. Now we've got Baby Mario. A runner on base, 1 out. The Fury are down by 1 right now. They want to keep this rally going, get back to the top of the lineup. Baby Mario, almost out. That was a big shot from him. Say that again. Then we're back to the top of the lineup with Yellow Shy Guy. He's going to ground into Wario, and they're going to get the out at first. Shy Guy does advance both runners, though. So that will be a little bit easier to score them for Yellow Pianta, who hits this one deep to left field. He's not going to need to run around the bases. That is a 3-run home run for the Fury. They are up 4-2 now. That is a 2-run lead. What a bomb. That is Yellow Pianta's 4th home run of the season, and just his 3rd for the Fury. That's an impressive number to have, considering he was only traded, 4 games ago? This is his 4th game with the Fury. He's got 3 homers in 4 games. Not bad at all. Especially considering he had 1 home run for the previous 8 games that he was playing for the Lightning. Very disappointing performance there, but he notches a huge comeback home run there. The inning is unfortunately cut short just after that, and now it's the Stars back up to bat. They're playing catch-up now, but Dark Bones will get a good start for them, making it on base safely. King Boo, one of the most volatile players in the league. Every ball he seems to hit is either a home run or a strikeout. Or I suppose that'd be every time he steps up to the plate, it's either a home run or a strikeout. And it looks like this time it's going to be a home run. That's going to tie the game back up. It is 4-4. King Boo, even slapping that one, just has enough power to make it out. What an incredible player. Certainly would be towards the top of the league, if not for his very high number of strikeouts. Wario hits this one deep to the outfield gap. That's going to be a double for him. Waluigi up now. Waluigi has had a disappointing performance so far this season, both on offense and defense. He's currently the worst pitcher in all categories, and not very consistent of a slap hitter. He's got one of the lower batting averages on the Stars team. And in terms of RBI, he is certainly not leading the way. He is one of the least RBI players in the whole league. He has only 2 runs batted in this season. That one's going to be another RBI for Red Magic Koopa. That is their 10th RBI of the season. What a milestone for Red Magic Koopa there. A star hit from Red Noki is going to be popped out to Mario, and that's the first out of the inning. It's been a good rally so far for the Stars. Coming off the heels of that impressive home run slapped by King Boo. Now they're going to score another run with Waluigi. 6-4. They're back up 2. Monty Mole gets on base himself. And now we've got Toadsworth. Or not Toadsworth, Toadette. I don't even know how I made that mistake. They look nothing alike. Toadette's gonna slap out there. But she will advance both runners. They are on second and third for Red Toad. Another big chance for him. He's gonna slap it just over Dry Bones. That's gonna be a run scored. They're gonna get 2 off of that. Good value from Toadette there, advancing the runners. As now the Stars are up by 4 runs. It's 8-4. And the Stars might not even be done in this inning. Ooh, that very nearly was caught by Yellow Shy Guy, but it goes foul. This one is slapped up the middle for Dark Bones, and that is another single. And that brings up King Boo yet again. Could he hit a second one in this inning? Not quite, but it will be for a deep double. That's going to score 1 run, maybe 2. They get 2. Look at that, an 8-run inning. They were down 2, now they're up 6. And a deep shot from Wario's looking to score 1 more. That is a 9-run inning for the Stars. It's 11-4 now. Great slap from Waluigi, just gets past Yellow Shy Guy. That puts 2 runners on base for Red Magic Koopa. The Stars have really been doing well this whole series. 11 runs so far in 3 innings. Now it's the Fury's turn for the bottom of the inning. Gray Bones is going to make it safely to first. That was a close call. Luckily, Dark Bones was a little slow on the dive, so they were able to run it out. Now we have Paragoomba up. He's taken 2 strikes so far, with only 1 ball. Make that 2 now, as that one was thrown outside. And the changeup is too slow for Paragoomba to hit. That's a strikeout. Goomba now slaps it straight to Dark Bones. A beautiful diving catch there. Now up is Diddy Kong. With 2 outs on the inning, what can the Fury do? 2 strikes so far on Diddy. And a strikeout there will end the inning for the Fury. 9-0 is exactly what the Stars want to see. That was the past inning for a total of 11-4. The Stars look to extend that lead now. Red Noki will slap up the middle. That's a base hit. Next up is Monty Mole. Monty Moonball Mole, as they call him. He will miss that first pitch. Second one is thrown inside. 1-1 count. That one curves towards the outside of the plate. Strike 2. Red Noki's trying to steal. But Blue Dry Bones catches that, and that'll be a double play. It was a guaranteed out either way, really. Monty should have just taken the pitch. I mean, he would have struck out, but Red Noki would have made it to the next base. Guess that's probably why you don't steal on 2 strikes. Now the Fury, back up to bat, Baby Luigi. Lines out to Wario. Next up is Baby Mario. It's a strikeout from Baby Mario. A deep shot from Yellow Shy Guy, and that will be caught by Toadette. Another scoreless inning for the Fury. They're really going to have to start this comeback now if they want to try and win this game. They would not like to fall to 2-10. Dark Bones. Up to bat for the Stars, will slap on base. Red Toad previously got out. But now there is one runner on for King Boo. Will King Boo hit another home run this game? He's got 3 so far, 3 for 3. Oh, wait, no he didn't. He just hit a double for the other one. He's going to score Dark Bones there. That was a very close call. Great speed from Dark Bones there, being able to make it in time. Pop fly from Wario. Not what you want. Oh, but it gets down. And King Boo safely gets to third. Waluigi up now. Still just 1 out on the inning. He's charging for some reason. Slaps that one foul to stay alive. And then he slaps this one through the middle. That'll get down and score King Boo. 2 runners on base for Red Magic Koopa. We are past the halfway point in this game. With the Stars up by 9. But Red Magic Koopa is going to line out there to Gray Bones. That'll bring up a Red Noki. 2 batters on, 2 outs. She will star hit this one to the corner of the field. That's going to score Wario. And now the Stars' lead is extended to 10 runs. 14-4. That was the final score of the first game these 2 teams played. That inning will be ended there with a beautiful diving catch from Blue Dry Bones. He'll be second batter up for the Fury. They'll start off with Yellow Pianta. Yellow Pianta hits this one high and deep. Is that another home run on the day for him? Yes, it is. A 2 home run game for Yellow Pianta. And that is his 5th on the season. 4 in 4 games, but they both came from 2 home run games. The Fury have cut the lead to 9. Blue Dry Bones slaps out. That was a jumping catch by Red Magic Koopa on what would have been a foul ball. Next up is Gray Bones. Gray Bones slaps this one foul. And then grounds out to Dark Bones. 2 outs on the inning now. Paragoomba. He's going to pop this one over to left field. Toadette should get under it, and she does. That will be the end of the inning for the Fury. They score just 1. The lead is still 9 runs. Toadette slaps this one over to left field, and that's a runner on base. Toad up now. He's got chemistry on base. Could he hit his second home run of this game? We've already had King Boo and Yellow Pianta do it. Why can't Toad? Instead, he's going to line it over to left field. That gets down. And that is a single. 2 runners on base. Dark Bones up next. He'll star hit this one to the outfield gap. Perfect placement. That's going to bring in 1, 2. Is he going to go for 3? He's going to go for 3rd, and he gets tagged out. But 2 runs still score on that shot. Meaning it's a 2 RBI double with a base running error going to 3rd. King Boo hits a good single there. He is 5 for 5 on the day. Wario hits a home run. Another homer for the Stars. This one comes from Wario. He has done a phenomenal job this season of having good charge power, getting those deep doubles into the outfield gaps. And he has certainly hit his fair share of home runs for the team. Let me check the count. I believe that is his 5th. 5th on the season. Quite a bit less than Red Toad still, but not a number to scoff at. Tied with the Fury's leading home run hitter, Yellow Pianta. Waluigi. On first, Red Noki slaps to advance him. 2 runners on, 2 outs for Monty Mole. What can the Mole Rat do? He's going to slap this one to Gray Bones, but Gray Bones bobbles it. They're going to score Waluigi and advance Red Noki on that. That's a big error for the Fury. Well, I guess probably not. They were already down 13. That extends the lead to 14. And Monty Mole's stealing. He'll make it. Great speed there from him. Toadette's going to slap this up the middle. That will score 1, 2 runs. And yes, it gets home before the laser beam gets there. Unfortunate. Maybe the Fury should consider not putting Yellow Pianta in center field. Just perhaps. Toadette's going to score now. Ooh, not great. Me personally, I would put Yellow Pianta in the infield with a Dry Bones, then have another Dry Bones on as catcher. That way, you've got Laser Beam from Pianta in your infield instead of in the outfield, where it's not going to get as much use. And that also means faster throws to home from the Dry Bones that's in the infield, because that chemistry will be between whatever base they're on and throwing to the home plate. So that will be a boost to both of your infielders. That way you can also put Paragoomba, who is the second, or I guess 3rd fastest character behind the babies, in the outfield. This game is over. I have to agree with that, Forgotten Variant. It's 22-5. I'm just trying to give some recommendations to the Fury. If they're watching this, of course. Pianta is very slow in the outfield, and he is a pretty good infield defender. So I think that would be a better position for him. Could improve the defense of the team quite a bit. Which definitely seems to be lacking with their new lineup. Compare all the games that they played. Well, other than the one against the Flock, I suppose they did only give up 3 runs there, but this does not seem to be the same kind of team that we're watching play here. They've given up 22 runs. Quite a few of those runs have been home runs, but not enough where it's a significant deficit. That's a strikeout for Waluigi there. That's very nice for the Stars. As the Fury look to score something here. It's 22-7. They slap it. It's foul, but grabbed by Magic Koopa. That one's an outside ball. Blue dry bones. 2 outs, 2 strikes. He whiffs, and that's a strikeout. Another big inning for the Stars puts the Fury even further behind. It is now a 15-run game. It's a big slap up the center, and that gets down. Yellow Pianta's too slow to get there. That's why you want someone quicker out there. Hold on, I have to quickly check the largest deficit in league history. It was 24-6. The Lightning beat the Stars, actually. Now the Stars could be setting the next record. Or I suppose the next, like the second place record? Because that was an 18-run difference in game. This one's 15. That's definitely up there. But I think the Tax Evaders have a couple big win games as well. Yeah, Tax Evaders have a 17-run win over the Fury. They have a 16-run win over the Stars. They have a 15-run win over the Stars. Wow. Poor Stars. They just get beat up on. I think those are probably the biggest wins we've seen so far. So it's Lightning, then Tax Evaders, then Tax Evaders. But the Stars do manage to score another one there, maybe 2. Yes, they will. And now it's 24-7. They are now tied for the second biggest differential. The most runs scored was 28 by the Tax Evaders. So they're still 4 runs away from that. As long as they score 1 here and stop the Fury from scoring, they will tie the Lightning's record for the highest run differential. They do score 1 here. 25-7. Red Toad. Toad's gonna star hit this one. It is high to the back wall. That will score another run. They're going for 2. And they'll make it. That's now a 20-run lead for the Stars. They're hoping to set the record. In fact, 1 more run and they'll tie the runs scored record. They're at 27 right now. Again, the record is the Tax Evaders, 28. That was also a game against the Stars, which I think is funny. And that's a King Boo 3-run homer. The Stars have done it. They've set the new record. They have a 30-run game, the first 30-run game in league history. For a team that's currently 3-8, soon to be 4-8. Still towards the bottom of the standings, but this could be a sign of good things in their future. They have made no lineup changes since opening day. So I don't know how they're expecting that to happen, but If they can get this lucky against bad teams, maybe they can get this lucky against good teams too. They also currently have a 23-run lead, which is 5 runs more than the current run deficit victory or record. They're looking to set multiple records with this game. They will get another hit with both Wario and Waluigi. Moving on is Red Magic Koopa. They're going to slap this one and gets over the infield. Bounces deep into the outfield, and they're going to score another run, maybe 2. Yes, they do! 32-7. It's a 25-run difference. This one's going to go down in the history books, for sure. Diddy Kong does not manage to get the strikeout there. That will be another base hit. 2 runners on base for Monty Mole. What can the Moon Ball do? He's got 2 strikes. And he strikes out. That will end the top of the inning. The Stars. 3 innings where they scored 8 or more runs. They had a 10-run inning. What a game. All they need to do is stop the Fury from scoring, 7 runs? And they'll have the record for biggest deficit. That's a good out from Dark Bones there. In fact, that's a double play. What was Gray Bones thinking trying to run there? 2 outs. The Fury could be going home here. Goomba hits this one to left, and that's caught by Toadette. A 25-run victory for the Stars. It's 32-7. They secure the series sweep, coming from 1-8. Now they're 4-8. With a game like that, I'm shocked how they got down that far to begin with. King Boo. Well-deserved MVP. 43 base hits on the game. That's insane. The Stars are currently way last in the league in terms of run differential. They are minus 68. Even the Fury, who are a game behind them, are minus 28. So this is going to help them bring some of those runs back. A 25-run win. Red Toad had 6 RBI with a homer. Dark Bones had 2 RBI. King Boo had 9 with 3 home runs. Wario had 3 with a homer. Waluigi got another RBI. Each of Red Madge, Red Noki, and Toadette had 3 RBI. And Monty Mole had 2. He also stole a base, the only stolen base for the Stars. And we had quite a few star hits. Defensively, Waluigi got 6 strikeouts using just 1 star pitch. He gave up just 7 runs. That is a good ERA for him. Now moving on to the Fury. Diddy Kong, just 1 strikeout. It did in fact end the game. So that was a valuable time to get that strikeout, but using 4 star pitches and only getting 1 punch out all game, not what you want to see if you're the Fury. On offense, they were also pretty disappointing. Baby Mario got 2 RBI. Baby Luigi only got 1 hit. Neither of the Goombas got any hits, even though Paragoomba did get a sac fly. Their entire offense seemed to be just Yellow Pianta, hitting his 2 home runs with 4 RBI. What a game, the Stars. 32 runs, that smashed the league record. They were already winning by 15 going into the last inning, and they said that's not enough. 10 runs scored to 0 let up. 25-run deficit, 32 score for them. They shattered both the most runs scored and biggest run deficit. They shatter both of those records. That is quite the game. And now it's time to move on to the next game, I suppose. Next up is the Lightning at the Rocketeers. The Rocketeers are using their captain Yoshi. The Lightning. Let me decide. Let me pick right here. Do we want to go with Mario or Daisy? Let's stick with Daisy. I've liked Daisy so far. She's done very well for us since that trade where we acquired her from the Fury. Next up, the Rocketeers, their lineup. They've got Blue Noki. They've got Red Pianta, Fire Bro. Yellow Magikoopa. Make sure I get the right one. Green Para, Red Koopa. They've got Red Shy Guy and Dixie Kong. In terms of their positions, they've got Dixie pitching. Let's see, they've got Green Para on first. Pianta's second base, Shy Guy's shortstop. Blue Noki's in center field, Koopa Troopa is in right. Yes, these are the correct positions. And now for the Lightning. Since we're using Daisy as our captain, we're going to go ahead and stick with the same positions we've had. Yellow Toad, Green Toad, Mario, Blue Magikoopa, Petey, DK. We've also got Toadsworth. Where is he? Toadsworth. And Green Drybones. Actually, I think I lied. I think we will be changing the positions a little bit. We're going to swap Yellow Toad and Blue Magikoopa. Put Magikoopa back on third, Yellow Toad over on first. And then that will be the rest of our lineup. Hold on, let me go and change this in my roster sheet so that I don't forget for future games. Having Madge on third is kinda nice. Okay. Powerful CPU, of course. Oh, I have too many lineups. I have to change them all. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. The Rocketeers. They lead off with Yoshi, then is Blue Noki, then Fire Bro. Starred, of course. Red Pianta's next, then Yellow Magikoopa. Green Paratroopa into Red Koopa, Red Shy Guy, and Dixie. Now for the Lightning. The Lightning lead off with Toadsworth into Petey Piranha, then DK, then Starred Mario, then Green Drybones, Green Toad, Yellow Toad, Daisy, and Blue Magikoopa. Okay, let's see. We have him batting righty and her batting righty as well. Oh, this one is on Mario Stadium, the Rocketeers' home. And this will be the final matchup between these two teams on the season. The Lightning up 5-0 in this matchup. Impossible for them to lose it. But the Rocketeers, they're still hoping to win this one game. As long as they don't get 6-0 double swept, it could be worse. Fortunately, these two teams are not in a conference together. The Lightning seem to have a much better matchup into the Rocketeers. Let the Lightning start off on offense. They're going to get a slash with Toadsworth, but it's caught by Red Pianta. That brings up PD with no one on base. He lines it, and it's to Red Pianta. Another out. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong sends this one to right field, and that's going to be a homer. A 1-0 start for the Lightning here. That's what happens when you got two of the three biggest power hitters on your team. Very likely you start off with something big every game. And with starred Mario, he's not a bad power hitter himself. He's just going to be slapping this inning, I suppose. But he will still get on base. That's a good single. That brings up the slap hitting core for the Lightning. A scary group of batters. They've got Dry Bones into two Toads. The Toads also have some power potential if they want to try and bring some runs in quickly. Green Toad looks to be slapping here. He'll watch that first ball go by. Next one is an inside strike, a good curve from Dixie. He's going to star hit it up the middle. Red Pianta grabs it and throws for the out. They'll stop the Lightning at 1 run that inning. That's a good spot to hold them at through that opening inning. They've got quite a ferocious lineup of power and slap hitting consistency. Rocketeers, they start off with Yoshi, and Yoshi will make it on base. That was a star chance, but as the Rocketeers are full on stars, it didn't really help them. A dive by Green Dry Bones is going to get Blue Noki out at first. It's been so long I forget what victory feels like. Yeah. The Rocketeers won a series against the Flock in their second week, after getting swept the first week by none other than the Lightning, only to get swept by the Tax Evaders in week 3. Oh, Yoshi gets tagged out going home there. And now they're getting swept so far, but this is still game 3. Anything can happen. The Rocketeers really don't want to get swept back-to-back. A high ball, but that one goes foul. 2 strikes. That's an outside ball. An inside ball. Daisy wants to get him chasing. Instead, he's going to mistime it, and that strikes out to end the inning. No start for the Lightning here. Yellow Toad pops this up, and Yoshi gets it with his tongue catch. Easily the best outfield defender in the game, Yoshi is. Honestly, probably the best defender at any position. He's got insane speed and great horizontal range with his tongue catch. Ooh, Daisy runs that one out. That was a close play. Good job by her making it on base. Ooh, Blue Magic Koopa. Slaps out to Yellow Magic Koopa. Toadsworth now, he slaps that one foul. Looks at the next pitch for strike 2. Slaps it foul just barely. Green Paracupa almost caught that one. 2-out situation for the Lightning, and he'll strike out. It's another 0. We are 1 run total this game through the top of the second. Quite the departure from the first game. I suppose that one started off pretty quiet too. Here the Rocketeers will get Yellow Madge on base, but Green Para Hits into not a double play. He gets to first safely, but they do still get the lead runner. A foul slap for Red Para into a watch for strike 2. Daisy, the leading strikeout pitcher, but she won't get a strikeout there. That will be charged and sent to the outfield. Now 2 runners on base for Red Shy Guy. He's going to send this one high and deep to center field. Toadsworth can't get under it. The Rocketeers are going to score 2 on this one. A 2 RBI triple for Red Shy Guy, and that puts the Rocketeers in the lead. A low-scoring game, this one. So big shots like that could actually be very meaningful. The home crowd going wild for that one. Now we've got Dixie Kong, who slaps one up the middle to bring in another run. It's 3-1 Rocketeers. The Rocketeers have easily had the hardest schedule in the whole league so far. Playing only teams with winning records for their first 4 series. That one is popped out to Mario in left field. Blue Noki now. Runner on base, 2 outs, and that one's going to be slapped to DK. They'll end the inning there right before Firebro can appear. That's a good point to stop for the Lightning. That'll bring up their offense, and PD hits a return home run. That one is long gone. Another homer for PD. And now he's tied all time with Firebro. Both of them have 13 home runs. Despite being tied for homers, PD has the slight edge in terms of total RBI. I think that has to do with the consistent batting of the Lightning. They make it on base a little more consistently than the Rocketeers batters. This one is popped up by DK. That should be an easy catch in the outfield. And it is. It is, in fact, also another star chance that does not go to the Rocketeers because they were already full on stars. But at least they're stopping the Lightning from getting stars. Mario made it on base. Now they've got Green Bones. He's got a 2-1 count so far. He's going to slap this one just through the infield. They're going to send Mario to third. They'll make it. Quite comfortably as well. Two runners on base for Green Toad. What will he do here? He's going to star hit it, and it gets through the infield. They bring in Mario and tie the game, 3-3. Good shot for Green Toad, and that'll bring up Yellow Toad with chemistry on base. This could be a good opportunity for a power Toad shot. He's charging. Instead, he'll ground it straight to Red Pianta, and he gets thrown out at first. 2 outs. Princess Daisy up to bat. Star pitch from Dixie. It hits the corner for a strike, but Daisy doesn't want to swing at it. That one's an inside ball, 1-1 count. This one is slapped up the middle. Gets down right before Blue Noki. They send 2 home and they get it. It's a 5-3 lead. The Lightning are now up by 2. What a shot from Daisy. That'll bring up Blue Magic Koopa, who's going to slap this one just over the infielders. And that's 2 on base for Toadsworth. If Toadsworth can make it up, that will be quite the opportunity for PD Piranha. Potentially bases loaded. Toadsworth sends this one to the corner, though. They're going to score Daisy for sure. They think about getting Blue Match, but definitely did not have time. Another run scores for the Lightning. It is now 6-3. With, next up to bat, star player for the Lightning, PD Piranha. 13 homers so far, here in his 12th game of the season. Misses that star swing. Takes strike number 2 looking. And a star pitch from Dixie, but it's clobbered. It goes foul, just barely. The Rocketeers breathe a sigh of relief, and they strike out PD to end the inning there. (6-3) though. Now the Rocketeers are down by 3, and an unfortunate slap by Firebro is caught by DK. That brings up Red Pianta, still yet to homer, at least for the Rocketeers. I believe he had 1 for the Lightning. And then he was traded away. And he'll strike out here. He will not get his home run. No, he has 2 home runs on the season. I believe he hit 1 last game. That one is, however, popped out. And that ends the inning. Quick, a scoreless inning. DK up now. He hits this one high, but it's to center field, the deepest corner. And it is caught by Blue Noki. 1 out on the inning so far. Mario. Starred Mario. Perhaps Stario. He hits that one foul. That's 2 strikes now. He hits that one foul as well. Another big shot. He charges and lets that one go. That's a ball. This is a star chance. He'll hit this one up the middle, but Blue Noki can't get there. Just past her reach. And it'll be a double for Mario, earning the star chance for the Lightning. Dixie uses that star, only for Green Bones to hit it straight to Green Para. They tag first for the out, but can't throw Mario out, going to third. 2 outs on the inning. A runner on third. And Green Toad will slap it over to right field. That will bring in Mario. And it's now a 4-run lead for the Lightning. 7-3. Green Toad has been bringing in several runs so far this game, despite being one of the least consistent RBI players on the Lightning. He is the power Toad, apparently, on the team. He has 5 home runs compared to Yellow Toad's 3. Yellow Toad hits that one foul. Yellow Toad, however, has quite a few more RBI, 18 compared to Green Toad's 14. Suppose that probably means that Yellow Toad was the first of the Toads to hit, as they'd be getting more home runs, whereas... they'd be getting more RBI, whereas Green Toad would have more chemistry for home runs. Perhaps I should flip them again. Or maybe they deserve to have their stats get evened. I don't know. Daisy gets a star hit there. Very interesting choice. But it'll get caught by Blue Noki anyways. The Rocketeers hold the Lightning to 1 run there. Other than that 5-run inning, this game would be really close. Which is how this team tends to play. The Lightning They've got their consistent slap hitters and their inconsistent power hitters. When all the stars align, there's no stopping that team. And Daisy notches a great strikeout on defense. She hasn't had a lot of those this game. It's been a rather quiet game for her, but she is the current strikeout leader. With a bit of a cushion, I believe she's 5 strikeouts ahead of Peach. Peach has been struggling against the Flock, as has the rest of the team, apparently. First series loss for the Tax Evaders. The first loss was the first game of that series. And this could be, potentially, a sweep against the Tax Evaders. The Flock just need to close out this game. But first, the Lightning still need to close out this game. It's 7-3. We're just passing the halfway point as we approach the 5th inning. A 4-run lead is not unreachable by any means for the Rocketeers. As Blue Madge lines out to Yellow Madge. Toadsworth is up now. He's going to ground it straight to Green Para. That's out number 2. Now we have Petey. Petey sends this one through the infield, and that'll be a single for him. That's also a star chance that will give the Lightning 4 stars in total. Not that DK really wants to use his stars that often. He's more of a power hitter. But he does also have a good star hit and a pretty good slap hit. He's really a do-it-all kind of player. The only thing he doesn't have is good contact. That makes him pretty inconsistent. Like, he gets big shots there, but just not quite enough power to get out. And instead, he will get out. Another scoreless inning for the Lightning, and that brings up the Rocketeers' offense yet again. Flunoki slaps out, but it's bobbled by DK. However, Mario's ready for it in the outfield. That was a very fortunate bobble for the Lightning. That was also a very far bobble. Fire Roast strikes out there. That's a big one for Daisy. She's really starting to figure this team out. She's starting to lock down on defense. 2 strikes against Red Pianta. That one is slapped foul. Red Pianta stays alive in this at-bat. He'll slap hit there, bobbled again by the Lightning, but caught again off the bobble. The Lightning are just covering every zone in this field, so even when they bobble it, they still manage to cover the out. Mario slaps this first one deep but foul. He charges on the second one, but lets it go for an outside ball. He hits this one straight to Red Pianta, and that is a line out. This one is popped over the infield. That'll be a base hit for Green Drybones. Another star chance, but the Lightning were full-on stars, so they were not able to get any. A good slap from Green Toad. And that puts runners on first and second. Chemistry on base for Yellow Toad. Yellow Toad charging. Sends this one deep. It's not going to be gone, but it will be off the wall. They will score a run there. And now it's a 5-run lead for the Lightning. They've got Daisy, the captain, up to bat. She takes strike 1. The next one she star hits over to left field. Will Yoshi get there? No, it gets down. That'll be a run scored. Another RBI for Daisy. She is one of the better hitting pitchers. So she's really got a mastery of both sides of the ball. She's also a pretty solid defender with her sliding catch and quick throw, but seeing as she's also the league's best pitcher, not much reason to not have her do that. The Lightning now have an 8-run lead with still just 1 out on the inning. Toadsworth gets on base, and now it's power hitter time. Petey, DK, starred Mario. Petey will hit a grounder, and Toadsworth thinks it's out. He stays at first and gets thrown out at second. DK now, he's got chemistry with Petey. This one could certainly be gone. Instead, it's going to be a high ball. A strong line drive is a RBI double for DK. A 2-out situation for starred Mario. Mario has 6 home runs on the season, only being starred in 3 games. He's going to hit this one high, and that's going to be his 7th home run. A 3 RBI homer for Mario. And he is climbing up those standings in terms of both RBIs and homers. Ever since we've started starring him, since we traded away our Piantas, he has been a phenomenal player. He's got the power to make it out. He's got the contact to get on base consistently if he doesn't get a big hit. Starred Mario has been a great player for the Lightning so far. And that's another base hit for Green Drybones. We are cycling through the lineup now. A 12-run lead for the Lightning. Though after the last game, it's certainly not going to be a record for most runs scored or highest differential. And in fact, Green Toad is going to slap out there. That brings up the Rocketeers offense for the second to last time this game. Yellow Magic Koopa makes it on base. And that'll bring up Green Paratroopa. Paratroopa's been a solid player so far. A decent slap hitter as he gets one down there. 2 runners on for Red Koopa Troopa. He misses a star swing there. Now he's charging, but he whiffs. Swings a little early there. And he's going to miss another star swing. And that's a strikeout for Red Koopa Troopa. Red Shy Guy, he's another one of the top players for the Rocketeers. One that you would not expect. Green Para, you have time to turn around there. Now that I'm complaining, that's good for my team. And Dixie pops out there. Just 1 run scores for the Rocketeers. It is an 11-run lead for the Lightning. They've got Yellow Toad up to bat. Yellow Toad charges both times. And he slaps this one, but that one might get out. Yes, it does. A Yellow Toad home run. This one is a slap hit homer. That is incredible. I'm very curious to see who the MVP is going to be for the Lightning. They've got quite a few home runs. This game hates the Rocketeers. I think so. Their team isn't even that bad. I think the schedule hates the Rocketeers. They've played my team twice, the current leaders. They played the Tax Evaders, who were the previous leaders. And they also played the Flock, the only other team that is positive. All those 3 teams are within 1 game of each other, fighting for the lead. I think once the Rocketeers start playing the Stars and the Fury, they'll get a couple of their wins. Foul star hit there from Toadsworth. That one is slapped up the middle, and Red Pianta does not grab it. Forgotten Variant says, I also got screwed in the Pianta trade. I got a worse player and a worse draft pick out of it. Yeah, the Piantas are very volatile players. That is how I like to describe them. As you can tell, or as you can see, if you've watched the Flock games or the playoffs of last season, when the Piantas do well, that is really, really good for you. And they're pretty solid defensive players, but they don't always do well. They're very inconsistent. Toadsworth is not that much better of a player because he does not have any power potential, unlike the other Toads. He is a worse slap hitter, I would say, because he only has a medium trajectory, so he slaps out to the infielders a lot more often. So while he's definitely a decent slap hitter, he's not the best. And he's not great on defense because he's slow in the outfield, he's small in the infield. His one benefit is having his super catch ability, which means he can't bobble, but that only happens like 1 to 5% of the time. So yeah, like most characters would get that shit, but Toadsworth does not make it. I really don't think the player was that much worse for you. But getting the worst draft pick for it certainly does not help. Okay, Dry Bones just doesn't go for that one, I suppose. Another run scores for the Rocketeers. And that slap hit from Green Para will end the game, a 10-run win for the Lightning. 16-6. The Lightning are the first team to make a 10-win record on the season. We could potentially have 2 if the Tax Evaders win their next one. That was an evil snatch from Magikoopa. I feel like a lot of the Magikoopa grabs are pretty evil. For some reason, it counts their wand as like their height. So they get a lot of balls that they definitely should not. Daisy is the MVP for the Lightning. Hold on. The Lightning have 4 home runs, 1 from PD, a solo shot, 1 from DK, a 2-run homer, and 1 from Mario, a 3-run homer. Toadsworth has 1 RBI himself. Each of the Toads have 2. Daisy has 3. Very impressive. Blue Madge also has 2 RBI. And defensively, she notches 5 strikeouts with just 1 star pitch. She only gives up 6 runs. The Rocketeers, Dixie gets 2 strikeouts using 5-star pitches. And offensively, the Rocketeers, they had a couple decent players. Again, Red Shy Guy. He's a sleeper hit, dude. 3 RBI, going 3 for 3. Dixie got an RBI. Yellow Madge got 1. Red Pianta got 1, even though he only got 1 hit. However, Green Para and Fire Bro both only got 1 hit and got no RBI. Also Yoshi and Blue Noki and Red Koopa. As inconsistent as Pianta is, he's at least a decent slap hitter when he doesn't decide to charge. The Bros are not good slap hitters, so when they decide to not charge, you get nothing out of them. An unfortunate loss for the Rocketeers. Their offense just not able to get going, and their defense doesn't fare much better either. That will be their 10th loss of the season. However, next week they should have an easier matchup. They will, for the 3rd time in a row, be hosting. This time they host the iFocus Fury, team that is currently 2-10 as well. Time for the Flock, that's what they say. It's time for the Flock to face off against the Tax Evaders for the 3rd time. Can the Flock secure the series sweep, or will the Tax Evaders manage to take one? We've got our team captains, Bowser Jr. for the hosting Tax Evaders. They've also got full-grown Bowser, Hammer Bro, Boomerang Bro. Scary-ass team. They have Green Magikoopa. They have Peach, of course, Red Para, Green Koopa, and Black Shy Guy. Let me get the fielding positions set up. Hammer Bro is their center fielder. What? Oh, whatever. Same difference. Red Para in left field, Green Koopa on second. Black Shy Guy, shortstop. Green Magikoopa third. Yes. And now the Flock. They've got their double Shy Guy combo, blue and green. The double Toads, blue and purple. Birdo, of course. They've got Green Noki, who's been a shockingly good player for them. Blue Pianta, who's also been surprisingly consistent. Luigi. And their pitcher, Boo. Their defense uses Birdo and Pianta infield. Shy Guys on first and catcher. And the outfield has Green Noki in right, Blue Toad in left, and Purple Toad in center. Alright, we have a slightly different lineup for the Tax Evaders. And by that, I mean it's the same exact thing. However, they're starring Hammer Bro instead of Boomerang Bro. Since Boomerang Bro's been hitting the curve shots over to the outsides of the stadium, which are a lot shallower than the deep side, center, they are deciding to put the star on Hammer Bro to give him a little power boost, to see if he can hit one up the middle. I think that's probably a good decision. That could potentially give home runs to Hammer Bro, who's been slacking. He's only got 20 home runs. He's been passed by his companion, Boomerang Bro. Hammer Bro is third, right? That's not what you told me, I don't believe. Maybe I misread it. Let me double check. Oh yes, you did switch them. Okay. My apologies. There we go. Let me get this changed in my sheet, just in case I forget to do so later. Hitting the wrong buttons. Alright. Just wanted to leave more on base to hit in front of. That is probably a good decision. Alright. I've got that all changed for me. Now moving on to the Flock. Their lineup has stayed the same, I believe. Green Shy Guy, Blue Shy Guy. Birdo up next. Oh. No. Switch Blue Toad, Purple Toad, and Boo. Okay. This is their lineup now. I don't recall if this was it for last game or not, but they've got two Shy Guys into Birdo immediately, then Green Noki into Blue Pianta immediately, giving him that chemistry. Then Luigi, double Toads, and finally ending with Boo. I think this was theirs. I will also be changing it back once I'm not at home. That is fair. I think this is definitely a good stadium to leave Boomerang Bro unstarred. Maybe when you're at the Flock as well. Because again, Boomerang Bro hits those home runs easier there. Bowser Castle. So it's really just your It's your lineup for against the Flock every time. And also other home games too, I suppose. This one will be at Peach Garden. Here we are for the last game in the season. Or not season, series. Will the Tax Evaders get swept? They were undefeated very shortly ago. We will have to see in this last game of the night, last game of the week. The Flock hope to win a 3-game series against the Tax Evaders. If they do, that could potentially put them in the lead overall. Now that the Lightning... Oh no, now that the Lightning have won their game. The Lightning are number 1. Ooh, that one had some lag on it. Green Shy Guy does hit out there. Caught by Green Koopa Troopa. So the league standings are in a bit of a flux right now. The Lightning, with their win, have guaranteed themselves to be above the Flock. Regardless of whether or not the Flock win or lose, of course, because their overall record can only go to 9-3 if they win. And if the Flock win it, then both they and the Tax Evaders will be 9-3 overall, but the Flock will be 4-2 in conference compared to the Tax Evaders' 3-3 conference record. So that will put the Flock above the Tax Evaders. However, if the Tax Evaders win this game, regardless of their differential or anything like that, they will take first place back in the overall league, as they will have a 10-2 record, same as the Lightning, 4-2 conference record, same as the Lightning, but they already have a significantly better run differential, so they will go back to the top spot if they win. So the Tax Evaders will either be first or third after this game. The Flock will either be second or third, and the Lightning will either be first or second. And it's looking like a slow start to this game from both teams. Nothing scores through the power part of the Tax Evaders lineup, but there are 2 runners on base. Can Paracoopa bring some runners in, or will he end the inning with nothing scored? The Tax Evaders looking to take an early lead here. He's got 2 strikes. He hits this one, but it goes foul. That would have been a great shot down the line if he landed in bounds. Instead, he's going to send one just past Luigi. They're going to send Hammer Bro home, and they'll make it. That's a run scored for the Tax Evaders. Still 2 runners on base, still 2 outs. This inning could end at any time, but if the Tax Evaders keep slapping through, they could take a decent lead here. A deep shot by Koopa Troopa, but Blue Toad should get there, and that's the out. The Flock managed to stop the Tax Evaders at just 1 run, but they need to get their offense going too. Green Noki will lead off with a great slap hit down the third base line. That'll be a standing double for her. And that gives chemistry into Blue Pianta, who will bat immediately afterwards. Star pitch from Peach is hit foul. A charge swing misses there for Blue Pianta. And he strikes out looking at that one. That was a good strikeout for the Tax Evaders. A dangerous situation with that runner on base. It's going to be a ground out for Luigi. 2 outs on the inning. Another star pitch from Peach is going to be popped up by Blue Toad, and that should end the inning. The Flock's GM is saying, "Oh my god, no." Peach is going to slap it straight to Birdo. First out of the inning for the Tax Evaders. Still just a one-run game. Black Shy Guy. He's got 2 strikes. He'll hit this one high. And it bounces off the block. They're going to get a double from that. Keep an eye on Red Koopa Paratroopa for the Tax Evaders this game. They are still the only player in the league to have never struck out. If Boo can manage to get one against them this game, that would be one less record that the Tax Evaders hold. That would be more of just a pride thing for Boo. Especially when they've got the game to focus on winning. That is a high shot, not a home run, but it is off the top of the castle to bring a run in. They're going to go for 2. That is a bad call. And they managed to make it back to base. Ooh, forgotten variant. Seeming to have sent the Tax Evaders a trade, perhaps? Could we get some more trade offers in the league? Could we get a trade that does not involve the Lightning? My team has been involved in the only trade so far. 2 with the Rocketeers and 1 with the Fury. Mayhaps. Oh. Mayhaps we'll see a trade. But I don't know what the Tax Evaders would want to trade. They've been very dominant in those first couple weeks, and they seem to be doing well in this game here. Hoping to make a comeback against the Flock. Now, they've already lost the series, unfortunately for them, but they can at least recover and take back the top spot of the standings with a win here. And they're up 3-0. Chemistry and a star on Hammer Bro. This is his first time being starred this season. He's got 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. Star pitch from Boo goes along the outside, and that's a full count. What will Hammer Bro do? He walks. Probably a good decision from Boo. Don't want to give him anything to hit. Hope he chases it. While it didn't turn out how they wanted, I agree with that decision from the Flock's pitcher. They've got 2 strikes on Bowser real quick, though. A strikeout would end the inning. Giving him a meatball would be very dangerous. He's got double chemistry on base. He'll strike out there. A valuable strikeout for Boo. That will end the inning, stranding 2 runners. Now they are still down 3. But Boo has been doing a pretty good job of keeping the Tax Evaders from scoring too many. That one clanks off the block, this time for the Flock, making sure they get on base. Boo will slap this one just above Koopa Troopa's head, and that's a single. Green Shy Guy now. Star hits this one. It gets just past Bowser, and that's going to load the bases for Blue Shy Guy. Bases loaded, no outs. Chemistry on base, they're going to slap it up the middle. That'll bring in 1, maybe 2. Yes, they get it. And now it's a 1-run game. 2-3, the Flock are still down. But with no outs and 2 runners on, it's looking good for them. Not only are there 2 runners on, there are 2 runners with chemistry for Birdo. She'll opt to star hit it. This one's going to bounce deep in the outfield, and that's going to score another run. That ties the game 3-3. Beautiful star hit there. That one went way past the infield, probably thanks to the chemistry. Or no, I think chemistry only affects charge hits. I think, if I remember correctly. Green Noki up to bat now. She will slap that one straight to Bowser, and that's a double play. Unfortunate. They got Birdo leading off. Disappointing. And Blue Pianta's gonna slap it straight out. Very high pop ball. That will end the inning, but the Flock do manage to tie it up there. It's Red Para. This is the batter who's never struck out. Got 2 strikes so far. Will not strike out there. BS double play. Yeah, that happens. It's an unfortunate reality. Those double plays when it's a line out straight to the first baseman. All they have to do is just land back on the base when they get it. It's 2 runners on for Peach. She hits this one high. Is that off the wall? No, it's just gone. A 3-run home run from Peach. What a shot. That must have been perfect timing on that charge. She got insane power on that hit. And Peach puts the Tax Evaders back up by 3 with her very first home run of the season, I believe. I think she has one in the dock, but it's a in-the-park home run, so I don't think it really counts. Oh no, she has 2. Maybe she does have another home run. That's still a very impressive home run to hit on this stadium. Highest walled park. But I suppose it's her stadium. It's Peach Garden. So maybe she's got a little more experience practicing here. Two strikes for Bowser Jr., who's got a runner on base. They'll get this one through the infield, and it, in fact, stuns Green Noki. An interesting play. Puts runners on the corners. Home stadium advantage, I guess so. Boomerang Bro now. Star hits it, and it goes foul. Boomerang Bro charging and strikes out there. That brings up Hammer Bro with 2 runners on base. Chemistry with one of them. He still hasn't hit any homers. It's a tough stadium for anyone, really, even if they are starred. That one was an inside ball. That one cut across a little too strong. That one caught the corner of the plate. And that's a strikeout. A great fastball from Boo will end the inning. And now we've got the Flock back up to bat. A missed jump from Koopa Troopa will let Luigi get on base. That one might be a reach on error. Blue Toad up now. Charging on this one. Pops it up to right field. And that's caught by Bowser Jr. Purple Toad now. Slaps this one to left field. That'll get down. Even with Magikoopa trying to magical catch it. Boo is up now. Another pretty consistent hitter, especially among the pitchers. I believe Boo has the best batting average of all of the pitchers, which makes up for his kind of underperformance in terms of pitching. He does not have a lot of strikeouts this season, especially when compared to the princesses, Peach and Daisy. But he does still have a relatively low ERA. Again, still under Peach and Daisy. Green Shy Guy manages to bring in a run there. A good slap hit over the infield. And the Flock are down 2. Blue Shy Guy sends that one to the gap, but it bounces off a block. And that's caught by Green Koopa. That ends the inning. Leading off for the Tax Evaders is Bowser. He will slap this one high. And it goes straight to Birdo. Red Paratroopa, the player to never strike out. That was a rigged block change. They're mystery blocks. He won't strike out, but he'll line out to Luigi there. The blocks appear whenever you hit towards them. So all those line blocks are solid blocks. You just can't see them yet. Which is kind of nice for the fielders to be able to see where they're going if you actually are like playing the game. But yes, it is an unfortunate block placement as Birdo strikes out there. It's another strikeout from Peach. She's trying to take her crown back as the strikeout leader of the league. Greenoki earns a star for the flock as Blue Pianta steps up to the plate. Charges at that one, but lets it go. That's strike one. Swings on that, and that gets down. That'll be a single for Blue Pianta. Next up is Luigi, a surprising offensive threat on the flock. I believe Luigi is second place on the team in terms of RBI. Yes, he is, only behind Blue Pianta. Next up is Purple Toad, then Birdo, then Blue Toad, and Green Noki, before finally hitting Boo and then the Shy Guys. Great slap hit from Blue Toad with bases loaded. He's going to bring in one runner. And it seems that the flock, they've got a slap hitting run going here. Can they continue this rally? A star hit from Purple Toad is going to get down in the corner of the stadium. That's going to bring in 2 runs. They're going to go for 3, but Blue Toad's going to get thrown out going home. A definite bad decision from Blue Toad there. That's going to go down as a base running error. That ball got thrown way before he made it. Next up is Boo. Boo's going to hit this one high to center, but that should be caught by Hammer Bro. They'll end the inning there, but the flock have taken the lead back. It's 7-6. A 1-run lead. Now up is Peach, the only player with a home run so far this game. I'd like to remind you, these teams have starred Blue Pianta, starred Hammer Bro, Boomerang Bro, and Bowser. And the only homer so far has been Peach. She'll make it on base there, the consistent hitter she is. She couldn't tell that was sarcastic. She has, I believe, hit into the most double plays in the league. As that's a strikeout for Boo, getting Black Shy Guy out. Let me double check. Yes, Peach has hit into 5 double plays so far this season. Next most is Fire Bro hitting into 4. And a tie between Toadsworth and Red Koopa, both hitting into 3. Peach is going to score off of that deep shot from Bowser Jr., and that will tie the game at 7s. A good hit for the consistent batter of Bowser Jr. He is a great leadoff hitter for the Tax Evaders. And that puts a runner on with 2 outs for Boomerang Bro. Boomerang Bro's also got chemistry. This would be a good opportunity for him to get a home run on the board. He's got 2 strikes so far, and strikes out to a fastball. Boo's really been owning the power hitters here. It's been the less consistent hitters that have been pulling through for the Tax Evaders. With just 2 innings left, these teams are tied. What an intense battle. Will the Flock be able to get the series sweep, or will the Tax Evaders take the top spot back? A laggy hit by another Shy Guy. But this time, it's a base hit single. Blue Shy Guy up now. He's got chemistry on base. The game is still lagging. This one's hit high and deep by Blue Shy Guy, but it's caught out by Red Paratroopa. And it seems we are back to full speed. Birdo up to bat. She's got 1 runner with chemistry. Outside ball into inside ball is a 2-0 count. This one is popped up from Birdo. Does it get down? It bounces off a block and is caught by Hammerbro. Fortunately, Shy Guy plays it safe so that it's not a double play. And that puts Green Noki up to bat. 2 outs, 1 runner on. She's going to slap it. It gets past Bowser. That's a base hit for Noki and chemistry on base for Blue Pianta. A 3-run shot here would be huge for the Flock. Instead, they're going to star hit it down the third base line, and that will load the bases. It's Luigi time. If there's one thing I know about Luigi, Luigi house, but it a mansion. Luigi house, but it mansion. It's a deep pop-up to right field that's caught by Bowser Jr. That ends the inning scoreless for the Flock. They will have just 1 more chance to score runs. Tax Evaders, that was a rough swing for Hammerbro. That one goes down the middle for strike 2. This one is popped up to center field, and it hits off the wall. That is a single for Hammerbro. I think that's his first base hit all game. It might be his second, though. Don't quote me on that. Boo has 2 strikes on Bowser so far. He's done a great job as pitcher here, and he gets another strikeout against Bowser. Red Paratroopa. Yet again, we see the player without a single strikeout. Slaps that one foul. Watches that ball. 1-1 count. This one's a changeup, and Koopa Paratroopa hits it beautifully. Straight up the middle for a single. A great eye on that hitter and great timing on those changeups. Those are tough to hit. Boo throws that one for an outside ball. Koopa Troopa watches that one. A fastball down the middle for a strike. Another outside ball to 2-1 count. This one is star hit by Koopa Troopa. That gets down. Through to the outfield, and that's bases loaded. Bases loaded for Peach. Can she do it again? A grand slam on her home stadium. No, instead she slaps it, but it gets above Blue Pianta. Oh, they get 1 runner, but Red Koopa Paratroopa is thrown out going home. Blue Pianta manages to get 1 out there with his laser beam throw, catching them by surprise. This one is slapped high by Black Shy Guy, and they're not able to get down. Another run scores for the Tax Evaders. It's a 7-9 lead. Tax Evaders putting the pressure on the Flock. If the Flock do not score big in this top of the 7th, the Tax Evaders won't even need another at-bat. Green Magikoopa. With 2 outs, 2 strikes, will star hit this one down into right field, and that's another run. It's 10-7. Tax Evaders have the 3-run lead. That might be the dagger. If the Flock can't get their offense going, that could be the deciding run. Or if they only manage to get 2 runs. But they're approaching their power hitters now. Bowser Jr. will get this one down to left field. They're going to send Shy Guy home, though, and they're not going to get it. The Flock will stop the Tax Evaders there. But they need 3 runs here to keep this game going, 4 to take the lead. This one is not going to get down. That is an out to Black Shy Guy. Purple Toad, what can he do? Purple Toad watches that one go by. Strike 1. Hits this one also to Black Shy Guy. 2 outs. The Flock. Could it be over for them? The Tax Evaders have done it. They catch that one with Green Magikoopa, and that's the game. They stop the sweep. The only team this week to not get swept. Or I suppose the only team to lose to not get swept. None of the winning teams got swept. Peach is given the MVP award for the game. And now the Tax Evaders are back on top. Unfortunately, they knock off the Aliva Lightning. Tied in overall record, tied in division record, or conference record. But a slightly better run differential, and by slightly I mean like 30 runs. That was the most BS win I've ever seen. That was a game. It certainly was. A disappointing loss for the Flock, but you gotta feel good. You won the series. You won 2 games against the Tax Evaders, the previously undefeated team. Check the Tax Evaders for PEDs. This was not a good game for them. Truly, I don't think this would be the game to make us do the check. Probably the game where Boomerang Bro and Hammer Bro hit like 4 home runs each. I think we might check them for that one. Disappointing performance for the Flock on offense. Blue Shy Guy only 1 hit. Birdo only 1 hit. Blue Toad and Boo each only 1 hit. So them not getting runners on base led to them not being able to score runs when they got hits. Boo did get 6 punch-outs, though, using 2 star pitches. Peach only got 2 strikeouts. She's going to start falling behind in the strikeout race. But the offense for the Tax Evaders, 1 home run this game, and it was a 3-run homer from Peach. She also got another RBI on the game. An RBI for Green Maj, an RBI for Black Shy Guy, an RBI for the still yet to strike out Red Koopa Paratroopa, 1 for Boomerang Bro off of his only hit of the game. Bowser also only got 1 hit, and Bowser Jr. went 4 for 5 with 2 RBI. Probably the next best offensive player other than Peach. But yeah, a great game for the Tax Evaders. Or I guess not, just a little bit of an underperformance from both teams, but the Tax Evaders, they come out with the win. They stop the sweep. It's all they can really ask for. And with that, Week 4 of the Aliva Superstar Baseball League has come to a close. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This set of games was quite entertaining. Flock versus Tax Evaders was one hell of a series. A great series for the Flock overall, winning 2 games. The Tax Evaders, they still remain on top. So they're not too upset either. Next week, we've got some exciting matchups. We have the matchup of the Lightning and the Flock. This one will be hosted by the Flock at Bowser Castle. The Rocketeers, they look to get some wins after getting swept in 2 back-to-back series. They will be hosting the iFocus Fury. Both of these teams are 2-10. And finally, we have the Tax Evaders hosting again. This time they're hosting the Stars. The Stars just got a series sweep, their first ever series win. And now they're looking to take on the big dogs. An exciting set of games we've got coming up. I hope that you will join me on Sunday at 7:30 EST for the very start of Week 5. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.